Sarah pushed her shopping cart, its wobbly wheels rattling a familiar tune on the cracked pavement. Her reflection in a grimy storefront window showed a woman bundled in mismatched layers, hair streaked with gray and tied back with a faded scarf. She wasn't just collecting cans. Sarah was a master of observation, a silent surveyor of generosity, and a tireless advocate for her unspoken cause. She knew which cafes left out untouched pastries, which construction sites discarded usable scraps of wood, and which office buildings had dumpsters full of slightly dented but perfectly good goods. Others on the street collected for themselves, but Sarah had a different vision. Every nickel, every perfectly good sandwich, every discarded blanket was tallied in her head, mentally added to a growing, audacious dream. Her dream wasn't a warm bed for herself. It was a warm bed for everyone. For 3 years, Sarah had methodically saved. She sold scrap metal, repurposed discarded electronics, and bartered found items for cash. She avoided the shelters, the outreach programs, the well-meaning but often ineffective systems. She trusted only her own slow, steady accumulation. She found the listing tucked away in a free local paper. 2 acres, undeveloped rural outskirts, motivated seller. It was neglected, overgrown with weeds, but it had a small winding creek and was far enough from the city to offer a sense of peace. The real estate agent, a slick man in a cheap suit, looked at Sarah with unconcealed skepticism when she walked into his office. She wore her best clean coat and carried a worn backpack stuffed with carefully counted bills and a cashier's check that represented every single dollar she'd collected. "You're serious?" he'd asked, eyeing her suspiciously. "Dead serious," Sarah replied, her voice steady. "I want to buy that land." The purchase was a slow, bureaucratic nightmare, but Sarah was unshakable. She secured the title, the deed, the small piece of the earth that was now hers, building hope.